If you're a beginner who wants to learn how to make beautiful beaded dresses like this, I'm going to share 3 tips in this video for you to learn how to bead fast and easy. Keep watching. Hey everyone, it's Teresa, aka Teresa Slay, owner of Stay the Slay Fashion House, and you're watching Stay the Slay TV. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the show. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I go about beading my dresses. So as you can see here, you probably already seen the completed shorts. I've already posted it on my YouTube shorts as well as my Instagram reels. But right now I'm still in the middle of beading this dress. This is for my traditional wedding engagement photo shoot that's in like 2 days. I'm still in the process of beading it, but I still want to show you guys how I go about beading my dresses. So as you can see, I have these bugle beads, these champagne bugle beads, as well as royal blue bugle beads, and sequins as well. So I made my own applique from the official fabric. It's called Isiagu, but instead of the lion head, we're using the one with the crown on it. But I'm going to show you guys how to go about beading your own dresses, different techniques, tips, and tricks that I use in order to help me bead fast and efficiently and precisely. So stay tuned and keep on watching. So one tip that I have when it comes to beading faster is don't use just one needle for your project, because that's going to slow you down, because you'll just be working until your thread runs out. Then you have to re-thread your needles, and that's just a waste of time. You can work a lot more efficiently when you have 4 needles going at once. So that's what I have here. So as you can see, I got one needle with blue thread here. I have one needle with gold here, another blue needle here, and then another blue needle here. So I have 4 needles going on at once, so that when one is running out, I can just jump straight to the next one. When that one runs out, I just keep jumping back and forth. That way I'm not having to stop and rethread and stop and rethread. That's a big time waster, whether you realize it or not. So that's tip number 1 that I have. So I have it here. So let me show you guys how I go about doing it. I do 2 at a time, 2 beads, 2. Ooh, can you see that? I have my 2 bugle beads at a time. I go ahead and put them through my needle. And make sure I pull my thread nice and taut. I hold it against the area that I wanted to lay on, and then I go underneath, come up, pull it through. So now you have it like this. Now you don't want to go ahead and just put your next beads on top of here, because it's going to be misaligned. Like, let me show you. So here's what I'm talking about. If I leave my thread like this, the same way where I just took it out, if I go ahead and put my next 2 beads, it's gonna come out here. Like, can you see how this is where my line is, and then this is where my other beads are? Instead of for you having to fight through to make sure that you that you bring out your needle precisely where this line is, all you have to do is thread your needle in, and you want to bring it out right behind where your last bead is. You're going to take your needle and pull it through your last bead. You see, I have my bead out here. I'm sorry, I have my needle coming out from here. Pull it out. Boom. Now when you put in your next beads, you see it lines up perfectly that you can't even tell where the thread came out from. So yeah, that's how you make a smooth and neat line. Just keep doing the same thing. You want to make sure that you're holding your thread, because it likes it not entangle, especially when you're working with a long string of thread. So one more time. You pull it out as close as you can, but it doesn't need to be precise. You go in, come out right behind your last bead, come out here, and re-thread your needle through the last bead. There you go. That's how you go about beading it in a straight line, so that it looks very neat and seamless. and I'm going to show you guys how to go about beading sequins. My camera battery just died, so I'm going to use my phone. We need to do that consistent content. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm showing you guys how to go about beading sequins. So normal sequins, well, the sequins that I use, they have two sides. So they have a side that is like coming down, and then the side that's popping out. The side that's popping out is the back, and the side that is coming down is the front. You want to hold it upside down so that the back of the sequin is facing you. You put your needle through it, and then you're gonna make your stitch. You want to leave enough space that's about maybe half the width of your sequin. The distance from the edge of the sequin to the hole, that's about as much space as you want to give with your stitch. So yeah, I can't zoom in, but hopefully you guys can see. So I'll go in here. Just want to go in and then come out. So that way by the time you pull your thread through, it's facing in the correct direction. You want to make sure that you're pulling it tight. Whatever direction that you're threading on your sequin, it will come in on the opposite side. So I'm beading towards the right, so my thread is going to show up on the left. If you bead your sequin and the thread is showing up on the left, that means it's too loose. Something got tangled and flipped. You have to make sure that like you loosen it and like pull it taut. Make sure your thread is taut before you go on to the next one. My sequins here, I'm going to show you guys one more time. So remember, the back of the sequin is facing you. Pull it through, make your stitch, hold your thread taut. Make sure, so I'm threading in this direction, so my thread on the sequin should be facing that direction. So I'm threading to the right, my thread should be showing up on the sequin going to the left. So that's what I have here. So I'm going in the right. Everything is taut, it's not loose. Because if this thread is on the right, then something about your threading went wrong. You have to fix it. It means that your sequin is too loose. And by the time you're done, it might look good now, but by the time you're done, it's gonna loosen up, and you have to cut it all up, cut everything off, and then start all over again. I had to do that, and it's so annoying. So yeah, that is how you go about beading your sequins and beading your beads. So I gave you tips for how to bead faster. Don't just use one needle. Don't use one, single needle and thread. Have 4 going on at once, so that way you get things done a lot quicker, and you don't need to stop, rethread your needle, stop, rethread your needle. When you got 4 going on at once, quadruple the speed. Tip number 2, I showed you guys how to bead with your bugle beads and how to make your lines look very straight and seamless. And then tip number 3, I showed you guys how to bead with sequins and make sure that they're secure and precisely put. Of course, you know what they say, practice makes perfect, so you want to make sure that you're practicing your techniques. I recommend buying it's called a tambour ring. This is how a lot of beaders, like in the Middle East, this is how they practice. I bought one and I just put some muslin on it. I made sure I practiced my beading methods here before I did it on my dress, just to make sure I had an idea of how to do what I wanted to do. And then the heart, you guys would have seen in the short that originally, instead of the crown, I wanted to do hearts. But in the end, it just didn't work out. But here's how I practice the hearts. This is another beading pattern that I practice here. I'm gonna keep practicing more beading patterns because I want to keep, growing and getting better. And then of course, offering you guys better content, better designs. Are any of these tips helpful? If you want to see more content like this, let me know what other questions or ideas you guys have for me. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one. This video